Hello and welcome to the Completely Random Foolishness podcast hosted by me, Asia. Welcome to another episode. This week's episode is all about resolution. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We're approaching the end of January and I just want to ask a question. How are we doing with those New Year's resolutions? I'll take a moment and let you think of your answer. All right, the moment has passed. You've probably just said to yourself, well, gee, I wish you hadn't asked me that because actually my New Year's resolutions have gone down the drain. And I see that that is the case for a lot of people every single year. You know, they start off strong, they've got all these goals, and then a couple of weeks later, they're just like, what resolutions? What? I never made those, so I had to dive into this topic because I just want to know, why is that the case? Why is it that we as people cannot stick to what we have promised ourselves? So every year I say that I'm not going to make resolutions because I don't want to be one of those people that just breaks them inevitably by the 1st of February. Like they're toast at that point. They're trash. So what I usually do is by January, I say that I'm going to do something. I don't call them resolutions just because, if I break it, I'm going to feel bad. But last year, actually, what I did was I decided that I was going to make a list of resolutions. And I'll tell you about that in a second. But let me go ahead and tell you some of them. So one of them was to eat healthier and to exercise more regularly. I don't eat a ton of junk food and a ton of sugary food, but I do know that I can watch my portion size and I do need to cut back on sugary drinks. I love juice. I do drink a lot of water, but I love juice. I love juice. Just throw that out there. Juice is so good. Some people are more soda people. Some people are more alcohol people. I'm a juice person. Like, oh my God. If I have like a little cousin over or I go to their house or something and they've got like some apple juice in the fridge, I'm like, what? Juice? No way. I gotta get some of that. I know. It's really cringy. Well, that's just how it is. So I know that I can eat healthier. I actually lost about 20 pounds last year because of some things that were going on. I was gaining weight and I wasn't able to keep it off, whereas my entire life I had basically had a really, really small stomach, even though my hips were kind of out there. I did have a thin waist, and then something happened, and last year I just shot up in weight, and I wasn't able to exercise as much as I wanted to due to the fact that I'm anemic, like heavily anemic, and I stupidly have not done anything about it really until now. I know that I was supposed to be taking iron supplements. I know that I was supposed to be watching it and all this other stuff, but I never did. And I didn't realize that anemia is as serious as it is. Boy, let me tell you, I was losing my hair. It was getting thin and falling out, and I was all sad. I was like, where is it going? Where's my hair? Which is why I did cut it off and start over just to get it fresher. I am growing it back out now, which is why it looks as awkward as it does, because it's in that really weird, like, what kind of haircut is this stage? Yeah. Also, with anemia, you get really dizzy, and I would fall all the time. I was so weak. Like, seriously, I would fall. I drop things. I probably talked about this before, but the reason that I'm mentioning this now is because a huge problem that I had was the lack of energy. And so I would eat like this really like supposedly energizing food for breakfast, and I felt lighter. I felt better, but not like enough to exercise. So I couldn't like motivate myself to exercise. And even if I did, when I started, I was just like, oh God, I feel horrible. And I just could not continue. Like, I would try to push myself and just could not continue. So that led to a lot of weight gain too. Not being able to exercise and just being so freaking tired all the time. Lack of energy sucks. So I've decided to not only eat healthier, but to take care of my anemia. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm eating more iron-rich foods. I'm taking beetroot supplements, which actually work a whole lot better than iron supplements for me. And I am slowly trying to get more energy, and it's working. So I have been able to exercise more regularly, not just, like, I exercise one time a week, forget about it, then do it again. No, I want to stick to a regimen and be healthy. I want to be healthy. Okay. All right. Another thing that I put on my resolutions list is I want to travel more and take risks. That's a tough word to say. Risks. 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 That word. Yeah. I want to do that. And that is because I don't like staying at home. I don't. I like to travel. But part of the reason why I don't travel as much as I want to, one, is the money. But even if I were to save up money, I still wait on other people, like, to have the time, to want to go, and like all this other stuff, so like the places that I really, really want to travel to, I never go. And that sucks. Honestly, that sucks. And so the reason that I lump together travel and taking risks, geez, that word. The reason that I put those two together is because a huge thing that I never really do is travel alone. Never. I've never done it. I've never been on a plane. Honestly, what am I doing? What am I doing? I have to take some more risks. So this year, I just, like, no matter what other people have planned, I am going to go places. And I'm going to enjoy life. One of the things that I really want to do is I want to go to the 25th anniversary of Warped Tour. Oh my god. I went to Warped Tour last year for the first time for the final cross-country run. And I was super sad because I've been wanting to go for so many years and I never went. Why? Hello, waiting on other people to go with me. I could have been doing this. I could have been, but I didn't. And so it sucked that the last year that they were doing the cross-country run is the one year that I went. And get this, I had to leave early. So it wasn't really the experience that I wanted. The bands that I did see, I saw 2 bands. They were great. I still have it recorded on my phone. It was so much fun. But I want to go back. And so this year they're having it at 3 dates. They're having it in California, Ohio, and New Jersey. The closest one to me is Jersey. And so I think that is the one that I want to go to. And so actually I was talking to my friend on the phone last night and I was telling her, I was like, yeah, go with me because I really want to go. She was like, all right, cool, we'll go. And I figured, even if she doesn't go, I'm getting my ticket. Like, I'm getting my plane ticket. I'm getting my hotel room. I'm getting the ticket to like actually get into the festival, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna have a good time, even if I'm there by myself. Is it taking a huge risk for me? Yes, it is, because like I said, I've never traveled anywhere by myself before, but I want to go, so I'm gonna go. Yeah. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm documenting every single day in this little bitty calendar that I have, and the reason that I'm doing that is because December 31st of 2018, the last day of the year, I was trying to write a complete list. I want to say that it was songy, because I did set a cool little rhythm to it. And I was trying to think of things that had happened in 2018 to put in the song, and I was running out of things. And I was like, I know my year wasn't that uninteresting. There was a lot of things that I did in 2018 that could have been mentioned in that song, and yet I just really couldn't remember it. And so it made me think, well, was 2018 mostly uneventful? Can't be. Did I really have an entire year and only 3 things are noteworthy? No, that can't be the case any longer. So I've decided to document bullet point style, not a diary type style, but like I said, bullet point type style. Just document this and this and this and this and this and this that happened throughout the day. So not necessarily what did I eat for breakfast, but just moments that stood out to me during the day, so that way I can go back and look at it. And it's also a way to look at growth, because I can look at the beginning of how 2019 went and ow, I hit my hand. in the end of how 2019 went. And I can just see like the journey in between, and that's just going to be so sweet to look at, you know, especially if I've come a long ways. And hopefully I do grow this year. You should always strive to grow. If you are the same at the beginning of the year and the end of the year, what are you doing? You need to fix that. Yeah. Also, I want to build my relationship with God. I'm a Christian. I love my faith. I love Jesus. And it makes me feel really good. Makes me happy. So that's what I want to do. Boom. Gonna do it. Last thing that I want to talk about is I just want to be generally happier. You know, sad moments and angry moments, they have their time and their place. If you are always happy, you'll never appreciate happiness. But if you're sad sometimes, when you're happy, you'll be like, yay, happy. So, like I said, that has their time. It has its time and its place. But I want to like decrease the amount of time and places that sadness has. I don't want it to be so, you know, prevalent in my life. I just generally want to be happier. And that's it. There we go. Got that out. Glad I got that out of my system. So yeah, there are plenty more. But these are the ones that I chose to share with you because it has everything to do with what I want to talk about today. So let me throw out a little disclaimer. You know I love to throw out disclaimers. If you've paid attention to the previous episode, I will throw out a disclaimer in a heartbeat. So, here at the CRF podcast, you know we like to keep things stupid. The topics are, they're a little weird. Some of these episodes, I sit back and I think, what the heck was I talking about? Like, what was that? But that's what makes it fun. That's what makes this the Completely Random Foolishness podcast. You know that I will talk about any and everything. I will say something stupid. I will have literally the worst episode ever. Something that you'll sit and listen to and just go, huh? But to me, that's what it's all about. I just want to laugh. I just want to have fun. But today, you know, today's episode is more of a get your life together type deal. And I say that just because I see so many people completely dropping their New Year's resolutions, and it sucks. You know, I just want 2019 to go so much better for people than 2018 did. Even if your 2018 was awesome, let 2019 be even better. There are so many things that we could just, like, little habits that we can change that'll just completely change the course of 2019. All right. But we'll keep it lighthearted. I promise. This isn't going to be a me yelling at you type thing. This is a me yelling at you in a good way type thing. It's also going to be like a shorter, more to the point episode because I'm not feeling the best, in all honesty. Oh, my hair is sticking up. But yeah, I'm not feeling the best, and I feel like I need to shut down and recharge for a week. This will tell you how bad I'm feeling. Yesterday, I had plans yesterday morning. I was supposed to be out of the house at 9, and so I woke up at 8, and oh my God, when I got up, I said, oh no, oh no, this is not working. No. And I got up and I went to the bathroom and I tried to like splash water on my face and just like wake up. I was like, oh no. Oh God, oh no, ooh, no, we gotta get in the bed. We have to get in the bed. And I was like debating myself. I was like, no, I don't want to stay home today. I don't want to stay home. I want to get out. And but you know, my body was not cooperating with me. And so I called and canceled my plans, and I got back in the bed, and I slept till 1 o'clock. That is so super rare for me. I never sleep past 10, like never, ever sleep past 10 o'clock. Most days I'm up by 8, if not before 8, just because I like to go ahead and get the day started. I don't like to sleep late, and so sleeping till 1 o'clock, when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, my day's gone. My day is gone. But I needed it. I really did need it. So, yeah. Here's why New Year's resolutions don't really work. It's because it's what I call short-term dieting. We don't need diets, people. We don't need, what do you call them? I don't know what they call them. It's what you, it's the, shoot, I should have looked this up beforehand. It's the diet where you like have a really, really short diet, and then basically it causes you to gain weight in the long term because you just like done damage to your body by having this really, really short term, like staying away from everything, and then you go back to like binging everything, and then you stay away, and then you binge, and you stay away, and you binge. Yeah, it doesn't work out for you, and it's really unhealthy. So let's not do that. And that's exactly what New Year's resolutions are. You tell yourself you're going to change, and usually, and these are things that you just really could have done in December or November or like any month last year or any of the previous years. But yet now, just because it's a new year, you want to change. And it's the same thing as those stupid fad diets. So I don't call them New Year's resolutions. I call them life resolutions. This is a lifestyle change. This is developing healthy habits. You want to create healthy habits and not just healthy moments, you know? It's not just a phase, mom. It's the real me, that kind of thing. You don't want this to be your emo phase when you were 14. You want this to be your emo lifestyle, okay? Like, if you're emo, go all the way out. Like, don't change, you know? That's part of the why, part of, I'm not saying I ever really went through an emo phase, but I did go through this, I don't know what to call it. I went through this, like, punk phase. I don't know. I wouldn't even call it a phase because I guess I never really left it, which is the reason why I'm still obsessed with Warped Tour after all these years. Yeah. But basically what I'm saying is you have to create something that is going to sustain you for a long period of time and not just this very moment type thing. Yes. So the key to real change is to tell yourself that this is something you want to do for the long run, something that is going to help you and benefit you for the long term, not just for now. And that is why when I set and I wrote my resolutions, I said these are not New Year's resolutions, and I really thought them out, and I said what are some things that can really benefit me in the long term. I know I keep saying that, but it's like, it's true. This is what you want to do. And so I'm going to give you, here's what I'm going to do for you. Aren't I nice? Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to give you a list of resolutions of things you can do in your daily life to improve yourself in the long term. Okay? These are things that are not going to just happen overnight. You got to work at them. Okay? They're not New Year's resolutions. They're lifestyle resolutions. These are changes to your life. Okay? So first I'm going to start by giving you the definition of resolve. I want everyone who listens to this to go and tattoo this on their foreheads. The definition of resolve is to make a definite and serious decision to do something. That whole sentence, go like put it on your forehead, and if your forehead is not if your forehead is not big enough, put it on your nose. You spread it down on your chin, like to just tattoo your whole face. Honestly, just do that. Okay, that way when you look yourself in the mirror every single day, you'll, one, regret what you've done, and two, you'll remember that you resolved to make lifestyle changes. You didn't resolve to make short-term changes, you resolved to make lifestyle changes. And here's that list. I've got you. I will take care of you. Alright, so resolve to stop being late to everything. Okay? Now I know. I know that Black people run on CP time, okay? And I'm not trying to offend anyone here, so please don't be a little snowflake and feel like I'm coming directly for you, because I'm not. And I'm not saying that all Black people are like this, but it is a stereotype for a reason, because it is typically true. We do run on CP time. And I don't know why. I don't know why that is. I really don't know why that is. And it doesn't just apply to Black people. I'm trying to be humorous here because I'm Black myself. I understand the struggle. You know, I'm not telling you to break your neck to get to the cookout at 3 o'clock. If you know the cookout's not starting until 5:30, okay? I'm not telling you to speed, you know, like rush out of the house. You know, I'm not telling you to get ready the night before for the cookout if you know it's not going to start on time. But what I am saying is lateness is a cycle, and I'm going to use this cookout to explain it. So you don't show up on time because you know the host will not start on time. But the host doesn't start on time, doesn't even bother to start on time, because she knows you're not going to be there on time. And if you ain't going to be there on time, what's the point in her starting on time? You see what I'm saying? Break the cycle. You be that person to break the cycle. If you are going to the cookout and it says it starts at 3 o'clock, if your auntie called you and said, the cookout starts at 3 o'clock, if your uncle called you and said, the cookout starts at 3 o'clock, you be there at 3 o'clock, okay? And I'm not telling you that they're going to start on time because they're not. They're just not, all right? They're just not. But you be there at 3 o'clock because you're going to make them super uncomfortable when they realize you showed up and you're waiting for your food and it's not ready. But okay, I can hear the voices out there now, but I do show up on time. They don't feel uncomfortable. They don't care, you know. Here's the deal. It's not going to take just you, but you be the start to the change, okay? It's a chain reaction. If you are on time and you convince your grandma to show up on time, and she convinces your cousin to show up on time, and your cousin convinces I don't know, your other cousin, the one that just got out of jail, to get there on time. Now everyone's showing up on time. Everyone's there at 3 o'clock, or okay, 3:30. We'll give it 3:30. Everyone's there at 3:30. Eventually, your host is gonna get tired of people having to wait 2 hours for the cookout to actually start, because people are gonna be hungry. They're gonna expect food when they get there. If everybody's there and you're not ready, you are now the problem. So, if you want to break that cycle, someone has to just like bite the bullet and take one for the team and just show up early and just start the revolution. That's what you got to do, because honestly, it makes you feel a whole lot better if you don't have to rush to get somewhere. If you can just like leisurely take your time and just like, if you can just depend on people too, it just feels a whole lot better. So I don't like being a family anymore, because my family is known for showing up places late. I was like oftentimes going to school and the bell would be ringing like as I'm getting out of the car to get in the school. You know, I'd have to like actually run to get to class. My teachers just knew. Like, there was no real reason that I was late. It's not like we were lollygagging and taking our dear sweet time, because we were actually rushing in the morning. And sometimes we get up like super early so that we wouldn't be late. And for whatever reason, we'd still be late. I'm just saying, something that you could really do to improve your year is to try to be on time. Resolve to stop trying to be better than everyone else. Lift other people up instead of dragging them down. I know too many people who I will call, what am I going to call them? I don't know what I'm going to call them, but there are so many people out there that they see you succeeding, and the first thing they say is not congratulations. No. The first thing they say is, but guess what I did? Ugh. Ugh. Okay, piece of hair in my mouth. Oh, okay, that's weird. But the first thing they say is not congratulations, but you know, like, look what I've done. It's better than yours. Like, say you get a new car. This is your first car. You are 18 years old and you worked hard for this car. No one had to give anything to you. Like, you've been walking to work every day. You've been paying your bills. Like, you've been doing you. And you get yourself a car. and you're proud of it. It's not the best car. Matter of fact, it's a 97 Honda something. And it's like, Hondas are good on gas. They're reliable cars. So you get yourself a Honda and you're like, bro, my air conditioning doesn't work, but I got myself a car. And the first thing that your friend says to you is, oh, sweet, but look at this one. I got this 2019 Cadillac. And you're like, oh, that's nice. Thanks for your support, Don't be that person. Don't be that person. Lift other people up. If you see someone like doing a good job, tell them they've done a good job. Don't be that person. Resolve to be more selfless if you are selfish. And I have to say if you are selfish because there are a lot of selfless people out there that might hear me and say, oh gosh, I'm still not being selfless enough. I am not saying that you should never look out for you, because you definitely should, especially if you are the type of person who always looks out for the other person. You will start to neglect yourself, and that's not good. So, because you got to look out for you too. But if you are the type of person that only looks out for you, do yourself a favor and stop. Just stop, okay? Because it's not always about you. The world does not revolve around you. It never has, and it never will. Unfortunately for you, that is the truth. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right. Resolve to spend your time more wisely. And I say this with another, I dropped something. I say this, and I mean it. I have to be careful with the way I word this one too. Spend your time more wisely does not mean you are not allowed moments of leisure, because you definitely are. If you work hard, you deserve time to just not do anything and to just focus on you. Like I said, there are times where it is okay to focus on you. But as a whole, if mostly what you do is you come home and you get off Netflix and you go to Hulu, and you get off Hulu and you go to Amazon Prime, and you get off Amazon Prime and you go to YouTube. And if this is all that you have done in your day, like every day, then I feel really bad for you. And I feel like you have done a lot of time wasting, because there's so many other things that you could do that are still leisurely. I'm not saying you gotta go work, but you can definitely do things that'll benefit you more than just watching TV. Even if it's just learning a new hobby, a new skill, doing something that you've been putting off for a long time. Just, it's so much better than just chilling all the time. Yeah. Which brings me to resolve to learn a new hobby. I have so many hobbies. It is ridiculous. I cannot stick to one thing. I will say that they usually do have things to do more with art. I am a more creative person. I like artsy stuff, artistic stuff, all that kind of stuff. I said stuff a lot. But yeah, I play several instruments, I paint, I draw. Now I podcast, apparently. Yeah, I wood burn. I do Sharpie art on the wall. I just do stuff. A new hobby that I actually really, really, really want to take up is aerial silks. If you haven't seen it, go look it up. It is freaking beautiful. It is it's a type of exercise, but it's also a type of dance and a type of what do you call it? Circus stuff, circusry. I don't know what you call it. But yeah, it's super cool, and it requires a ton of core strength. I couldn't think of the name of it. It requires a ton of core strength, And so one of the things that I want to do is to really, really start exercising so that I can like develop that core strength and go do it. Like, you know, I said I wanted to take more risks, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So learn a new hobby. Yeah, actually resolve to put in more effort into things that you put zero effort into. So if you know that you have a problem at school with not studying, bro, go study. Like, do better. If you're paying money to go to college and you're flunking, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? I get, you know, you don't have to strive for perfect A's all the time. You don't want to be stressed out. Honestly, graduating with a C, graduating with an A, you both graduated. So is, you know, it's not the end result to me that is the most important. It is the effort that you put into it. So if you put in your best effort and you got a B, like, congratulations. I'm clapping for you. Congratulations. Just as long as you're putting in that effort. Just try. That's all I'm saying. You'll be surprised with how much happier you'll be with yourself if you try. Yeah. Resolve to stop putting off your dreams because you're scared. There are real reasons to put off your dreams, such as maybe you're taking care of a sick family member, or I don't know, you got an opportunity to do something cool, so you put it off until another time. I don't, for whatever reason it is, if the only reason that you're putting off your dreams is because you're scared of something, stop. Stop that. You stop that right now, and you put your big boy pants on, and you be brave, and you go do it. You try, you put yourself out there. That's why I'm podcasting. When I first started this, I said, what am I doing? No one's gonna listen to this. And to be fair, I could have stopped right there because I was right. I was totally right. But I was also wrong. I was right by saying that no one was gonna listen to it. And that's true because no one would have listened to this if I didn't believe, if I didn't put in the time, if I didn't put in the effort to actually make it a success. Then yes, no one would have listened to it and it would have been a failure. But I was also wrong because there's no way that I'm gonna start something and just put in the least amount of effort. I gotta work at it. That's just the type of person I am. I like to work hard at things and to get things done even when they seem pretty much impossible. So this is one of my dreams, is to just be in the production field. And so I started off with something like this, a podcast. Was it completely out of my comfort zone? Yes, it was. I don't like being on camera. I don't like being recorded, but that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So that also ties in with try something fun that's totally way outside of your comfort zone. Whether you're scared of heights and you decide, well, today I'm gonna go bungee jumping. Try it. Even if it scares the crap out of you, try it. And you'll be surprised just how brave you can be and how fun things can be. So yeah, resolve to drink more water. It's a really simple one, but you need H2O to live. You need the agua, okay? You need that agua. Go drink it. Resolve to stop being so whiny. Oh my God. Take responsibility. Take charge. Don't be stupid. Just stop whining. Stop complaining about everything. You know, if something happens and the first thing you do is blame somebody else, take a look at yourself and see if it was actually you, because maybe it was. Oh, this one right here. I love this one. Okay. Resolve to not be a moron. And I got this one from the Goldbergs, the TV show. Murray Goldberg told his son, Adam, in an episode where Adam was basically trying to take two different girls to the same dance. and he was asking his dad for advice, and his dad was just like, don't be a moron. And Adam was like, that's not advice. But then his dad explained it. He was like, no, actually it is. It is advice. It makes so much sense. It means like, just, you know, take the time to think things through before you make any rash decisions. You know, if you've got something big that you need to think about, don't just like act on it and do impulse. Like, impulse is good for some things. Like, take impulse road trips, but don't, you know, impulse. I don't know how to explain it, but you should like really know the difference between when it's time to be spontaneous and when it's time to really sit and think about it. So like, use your brain. Just don't be a moron. Resolve to take care of yourself. Relax, okay? Relax. Life is not that serious all the time. Don't be a fool. Relax. You absolutely cannot work yourself to death and then expect to, you know, not be stressed. Honestly. Oh, and this one right here. This one's my favorite. Resolve to love someone today. Okay? I'm gonna read this because I wrote this down just because this one is so important to me. So I'm gonna read this one straight from my notes. Resolve to love someone today. Half the time your ornery, hard to deal with people are the way that they are because they're missing genuine love. And maybe they grew up and they missed it. They missed love at such a pivotal time in their lives from maybe their parents or whoever was taking care of them. Maybe they're not everyone's favorite to be around and they know it. So that's why they really crank it up sometimes. And they're just as obnoxious as possible because they want to drive you away. And they want to drive you away. That's like, it's a defense mechanism, honestly. You know, they know that you don't want to be around them. And so in turn, they don't want to be around you. But sometimes they just need to be loved. And I'm not saying that change can happen immediately because most of the time that's not the case. But you have to keep chiseling away at the stone before it breaks. So keep at it with the love. Just even if they like, you know, even if they tell you that they don't want it, or that you're doing too much, or, you know, they keep pushing you away, like, just love them. Love them anyway. I really can't express it enough how important love is. Love is so many different things, but sometimes it's just a kind word. And that's just all someone needs to really brighten their day. And the last resolution I have for you is to resolve to actually follow your new life resolutions. Resolve to make a change, an actual change, and not just a moment. Like I said before, it's not a diet. It is a new lifestyle. Create healthy habits and not just healthy moments. Okay? Remember what I said. It's not just a phase, Mom. This is the real me. And that is basically all I have for today on the Completely Random Foolishness podcast. If you want more of this, make sure you come back next week on Wednesday. That is the day. That is the episode release date. So thank you, and I will be back next week. Oh, did I get fingerprints on this camera? Oh, I suck.